What's going on, you guys? Frank McDaniel here. Today we're going to get started. I'm going to give you a couple more things that actually work for low carb. So if you're interested in that, first thing we're going to go over today is pork rinds. Pork rinds are actually, believe it or not, really good for you. They do have calories, like 80 calories per serving and 50 calories of fat, but the total saturated fat is 2 grams and total fat is 6 grams in a serving. But there is 0 carbohydrates. It's a little trick that a lot of people don't know about, you never even think, is pork rinds. You actually can get some salsa because that's low carb, or you can get like some sour cream because that's low carb, or a little barbecue sauce, or ranch, whatever you like on regular chips, things like that. These are actually a great substitute for chips. It feels like you're having a chip, and if you don't just like the taste of pork rinds by themselves, there are those options that you can dip them in and things like that. Also, they do make not just regular pork rinds, they do make barbecued pork rinds, which are really good. I love those the best. And they also make like hot pork rinds. I've seen the vinegar and salt ones. I've seen a couple of them. So check those out because they're actually really good for low carb. If you're doing the low carb, they actually are a really good substitute for chips and things like that. So you feel like you're having something different besides the same old thing all the time. Now, a drink. A lot of people feel like they miss out if they when they go on the low carb, because they feel like they're missing out on things that they like every day, like coffee, tea, which actually is the exact opposite of the truth. Coffee actually has no calories in it and has no sugar in it by itself. So that means that it is low carb. So you want to have coffee in the morning. You can even get decaffeinated if you want to stay away from caffeine. That's your option. But coffee actually, and no, Dunkin' Donuts is not paying me to advertise them, but I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So coffee actually is good for the low carb diet. And if you want to add some sweetener to it, they actually have, the vanilla, cream, hazelnut, like powder that you can actually dump into it. And that only, if you look at it, it only has like 2 carbs or 4 carbs per serving. Also, you can get sweet and low to put inside your tea or your coffee. Tea is the exactly same way, which I told you I drink a lot of tea. I even have a drink right here for while I make this video if I need a drink. Tea has no calories, no carbs, but it has a lot of good stuff in it for you, especially green tea. I love green tea. And once again, if you don't just want to drink, unsweetened tea like what I do, it's an acquired taste. I've actually taught myself just to drink unsweetened tea. You can get sweet and low substitutes to put into it if you want to actually have a little bit of flavor sometimes. And as we all know, fish is one of the lowest meats to have. It's very lean meat. It's very good for you. It's very healthy for you. And I made a little thing here. I know it doesn't look super good, but it is tuna fish with a little bit of soy sauce mixed in and a little bit of pork rinds that I had left over, actually. So what it is like pork rind, crust at the bottom of the bag. And it's really good. Just a little bit of soy sauce. You can put a little bit of mayonnaise in it, or you can put anything you like to mix with it. You can put pickles in there. You can you know, mix it up with some different things. And tuna fish is actually really good, and it's low carb, and it's really lean. So, I mean, it barely counts for anything when you eat it. And it just feels like you're eating something and you can fill yourself up with it. Eggs are a great source of protein, are excellent for especially if you do exercise like weightlifting, you know, weight training, circuit training, whatever kind of training that you do, eggs are excellent for you. Eggs, like right now, this box just says in the front, 70 calories, 1.5 saturated fat, 0 sugars, which is no carb, and 6 grams of protein, which you can see right there on the front. So, pretty much what I'm saying is eggs is definitely a great thing for the low carb. It's a great thing for any diet. But, you know, once again, everything's in moderation. If it's, you know, if you have too much, you know, it won't serve its purpose. So what I normally have for my breakfast with my eggs, if I decide to scramble it, omelet, like I've showed you, different things like that, I'll normally have 2 eggs for breakfast. When I'm making an omelet, I especially only have 2 eggs because I add all the other stuff to it. So eggs are excellent for the low carb diet, and they're a great source of protein, so you can get your proteins in. They're just good for you all around. Now, butter to add to your eggs. Okay, so butter is really good for you in moderation. This actually here is, as you see, this imperial butter that I have, if you get the right kind, 0 gram trans fat per serving. So every serving, there's 0 trans fat. Now the trans fat, when it says that, that's actually the fat that will count. That's how much fat that will count when you consume it. You know, it says, you know, the saturated fat also is the one that you will consume it. You know, that makes a difference when you consume it. It's only 2.5 saturated fat, 70 calories, and it's, once again, low carb. It has 0 carbohydrate in a serving of this. So butter goes good along with the low carb diet. So you actually can enjoy some butter on your eggs, things like that. Once again, but all in moderation. You know, it does have 70 calories per serving. So, you know, if you're also with counting your calories, you do have to watch still the calories on all this stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's perfect butter, once again, for low carb. And it's actually really, really good for you. So, you know, all these things where you think, oh, I have to give up so much, really, there are substitutions that you can use that are still good for you at the same time. You know, yes, they're substitutions, and they still taste as good as the real thing, but they are a help, and there are tricks that I use to help me get through my diet. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out to you guys today as part of the video, to show you some of the tricks that I use and some of the health and dieting things that I do. So once again, none of these places that I showed you are paying me to advertise them. I'm just showing you things that I use on my low carb diet, things that work for me and keep me healthy year round. You know, a lot of people are actually surprised once I tell them how much you really don't have to give up, and they think they have to give up all this stuff, but there really is a lot of substitutions and a lot of things you can still do on the diet. Once again, it's just moderation, watching it, and just like anything else. So let's get the rest of the video. We actually have snow today. It snowed overnight and snowed some this morning. We didn't have any yesterday, but today we have some snow. And looks like maybe, I don't know, about an inch or so, something like that. So, yep, that's Northwest weather for you right there. Don't have snow one night and you have it the next day. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's helpful and useful and inspirational. And also, I hope it was entertaining. So, once again, everybody have a great day and God bless. Hope you're having a great New Year's.